welcome to him in their society. This according to the nature of the man or the nature of the people in this world. The man can trade can trade the other according to his inside. At first, we see that Juliet is strong and her in contrast to the Leptons, and he didn't trade them away, but he became as a friend for him and helped them in many ways. Like, in the work in their homes or in their work, but and they become also friends for him. But after that, when he did something wrong with him, they become nervous from him and treat him in bad way and decided to kill him or destroy him. And this we see that is the nature of the man in this world. It's he can treat the people according to his nature and according to what he is thinking about that. And all this is he can do by himself and his nature with the treatment of the other.
Okay,
Okay,
now,
now,
yes, will you inactivate your microphone after finishing? Yes, since there's not any, you see, noise or noises, the others are able to hear. You see, as we also discussed, very often through this type of illustration, that is, say, traveling somehow books, as also I mentioned, they are telling us something about uh, imaging, you see, a word, the word which does not exist. But through these different perspectives, like looking at different landscapes somewhere, and the person that is, you see, on top of these lands and is able to observe everything and is going to judge everything. So they are looking at men from different perspectives about the kind of word somehow they like. We see that when we read the first chapter of the book. Okay, we are familiar about some aspects of man's life. Uh, then we can think about the meaning of life in man's existence. Uh, there are still some books, those who are more interested in it. One of them is The Meaning of Life by Terry Eagleton. Meaning of Life by Terry Eagleton. Looked at, you see, different concepts of life. It is very, you see, useful. Therefore, it shows when man is looking at his own words, and there are some possibilities to look at his own word from different perspectives to see what kind of word actually he likes, whether when he finds some similarities or some differences through his analytical eyes. When he looks at, for instance, the first voyage, sees some aspects of man among the small creatures. When he moves to another line, we see that Gulliver here is like, you see the vermin, it's like very small insect in the hands of some owners, and he thinks that maybe he is killed here or eaten like these small creatures, or in the hands of the giants' babies playing like, you see, a puppet or dolls, but reveals some facts about these giant creatures, that they are very hospitable, they are very kind to even, you see, small creatures. Therefore, from the other side, even the way that people are judging about different, you see, creatures, here is not the matter of, for instance, you see, size, or the matter of order. Even science in the third chapter, is not able to, and even instinct and passion to lead man toward his own, you see, perfection. So one important factor in this novel is, I think, you see, the curiosity of man. Man in search of different things, and this searching actually is going to illustrate some aspects of those societies people are living in, but at the same time is going to show man, look at your own life, put yourself under a microscope, as paradoxically we see that Gulliver has been under the microscope in among the giants, okay, and is examined, observed well, but different, you see, creatures. Put all these giants, like you see the man, looking at man that is so much, you see, bigger than its real size. And even about the other aspects of life, if man insists on following only, you see, one thing, you see, one idea, that is, you see, imitating things as they actually are illustrated or as they are presented, see, to man. If man obeys all these principles of these ideologies, of these, you see, cultures, I'm not going to say whether they are wrong or right, or whether this idea is wrong or right. As you see the facts in the novel, even you insist on such things, for instance, uh, it may lead man to absolute, you see, ignorance, may lead man to a radical extremist, even if it is, even if it is, you see, religious, even if it is political or economical. And nowadays also we can find different aspects of this type of thought among, say, some people in the world, and it goes back to the nature, some of men. Man is not merely evil, as rejected, you see, in the novel, different angles, different, you see, points, but uh, must avoid such things. It goes back to the nature of such works, but I don't know whether you have heard it or not. You see, Panja Tantra. Panja Tantra is also allegorical. It uses, you see, parody as use of, you see, familiar events illustrating a religious or ethical situation, and at the background, I mean, you see, the root is this, that they are didactic. As you see, the Gulliver also can be presented as one didactic, you see, work. That there are different things in man's life, different things. Economy, you see, politics, different opportunities somehow is in front of man, is in front of man's eyes. For what reason? To achieve and find his absolute master of their lives. Not to use them merely for science, or in the field of science, or in the field of economy, or in the fields of, say, politics, in such a way that provide himself different aspects in the world to liberate himself from different sorts of desires, and fasten himself firmly to the grounds of those opportunities somehow missed in the life of many, you see, people in the world. It is clear that uh, we are here talking about men. Jordan, also, yes, I will say back to you. By nature is somehow a sinful creature, a person full of, you see, passion, full of jealousy, full of, you see, pride. But there are something beyond this creature, like knowledge, like, you see, understanding, like honor. Huh? They are, uh, if they are looked at not idealistically, they are also the realities of man. So they are even achievable. That's why I asked, you see, this this idea that nowadays we see that very wealthy people spend lots of money traveling for their desire to travel to as the first person to Mars, millions of dollars. But we see that at the same time, there are lots of people die of hunger, and this is, you see, the misery of man actually. Yes, Javdan, your microphone is open now. Yes. I also see later on your comments, some of the students written here. Javdan, I've activated your microphone. You asked to add some comments. Javdan Faiq Sadiq. Javdan, any idea? Hello, Javdan.
Uh, Hello, doctor. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. I wanted to add something about what are different concepts of man is perfection. Different religions
Uh,
have belief in a common in that man is not self-existence. It means that his life is basically depends on an independent, certain power. Sorry for that.
uh-huh.
Uh, yeah. This concept was suggested by the early religions in the form of belief that nature has a power, but more advanced religions have a belief in a metaphysical desire, who is the creator of the world. Besides, human desire for perfection is a
Mm.
common subject that connected different religions to each other, although there exist various interpretations about perfection and perfect man. The base of the Western new thought is humanism, in which human is a concerned one and is not depend on any greater force. However, in the Eastern thoughts, man and the world are under God's centrality. So, moving toward a spiritual goal and a superior world, this article aims at the positions of the perfect man. So, among of that, there are many other aspects like Marxism or even Christianity and Islamic. Also, it has a role for man's perfections. It means that among all the Eastern religions, Islamic in the only multi dismissals one and consider both materialistic and spiritual diminutions of man. So I don't know what do you think about my comment, but I thought that it has a power for the religions and the other kinds of man's creation has a power for creating that part of novels. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Ah, welcome. Thank you. Now, you see, this is the question for everybody. Do you believe that if we suppose that every chapter of the book is one of those religious thoughts from Paul, do you, as you see, Muslim may believe that Islam is the only way of perfection? How do you justify it? If you look at it, you see through microcosm, macrocosm. As we see the first chapter, the Lilliputian, macroscopic creatures, very creatures. Then we have very big creatures. Then we see the science, and finally we see that we have oin hymns and the way that God ever think that they all have see a reason. Are they able, reason, feeling, passion, science, able to take man on this journey to man perfection? You don't talk, yeah? You more like to write. All right. Now, how do you evaluate the ending of this novel? How do you evaluate it? The ending part of this novel. As you see, one of the extracts I asked you to read and comment. Here I have the book. Yes. Till you are ready to talk, I will go, sorry, through one paragraph of this ending chapter. Thus, gentle reader, I have given thee a faithful history of my travels for 16 years and above 7 months, wherein I have not been so studious of ornament as truth. I could perhaps, like others, have astonished thee with the strange, improbable tales, but I rather chose to relate plain matter of fact in the simplest manner and style, because my principal design was to inform and not to amuse thee. You see that? Here there is no idea, nobody is going, you see, to talk. All right. Shows that if you also read to the end of this chapter, if I want to go through some of the other lines, for instance, their prudence, unanimity, unacquaintedness with fear, and the love of their country would supply all defects in the military art. Imagine 20,000 of them breaking into the midst of an European army, confounding the ranks, overturning the carriages, battering and warriors' faces into army by terrible yokes from their hinder hoofs. Okay, we see that here Gulliver, in fact, knows the way that he is going to relate all things he has found in his voyage to truth. and things that make men toward a wiser world. And we see that is going, not going, you see, to instruct man in the way, but declares that whatsoever has happened for him was the truth. This is, you see, the context that is going in this part, tell us or reveal everything to the readers wholeheartedly. And finally, he comes to some sort of alienation and isolation from the society and from the family. Even it feels that when the family is going to drink even water from his glass, they do not like it. They do it reluctantly. Gulliver, at the same time, is not able to accompany with the others as before his traveling. All right. Any other idea? So let me go to your using notes to see what is here. All right, Vahom. I don't think that he hates humanity, Sumaya. So, as it is clear, he was against extremism and doesn't somehow hate humanity. He's going to present different aspects of, you see, human in his own community by referring to different things that also you have mentioned here. Yes, weak, Tory, different parties. Yes, Murtaza. Accused of hatred and bad taste. Yes. Okay, anyhow, thank you very much. Have a very good time. Next session, I have sent some questions about Son and Fury. So first read the story while thinking at the same time with the questions. Please focus on the questions. I will hear your comments also with Gulliver's Travel next session. Have a very good and enjoyable time. If there's not any question, okay. Wish you the best. A very good time. See you in our coming Wait Be It So.